Good morning and welcome to FlossTube number 9. Before we get into my video at all, I'd like to make a special request that you go to the first link I'm going to have below. It may be the only link I have below, but nevertheless, the first link I have below, and watch the video that you see there. That is from a fellow FlossTuber, Dragon Stitches. And she has kind of an urgent personal request. And so if you wouldn't mind, go pause my video and go watch hers and then come back. So, welcome back. Thank you to those of you who took the time to do that. And thank you to A Stitch Too Far, whose videos I really enjoy. I don't think I've ever shouted her out before, but yeah, Stitch Too Far posted a similar message in her latest video, asking us to go watch Dragon Stitch's urgent request for help, and I know some people may not maybe appreciate those kinds of videos, but you know, mothers sometimes they have to do whatever it takes to take care of themselves and their children, and sometimes that means giving up, sacrificing a little bit of pride, and asking for help. So I hope you did or do go watch her and help out a little bit if you can. Anyway, on to my video. You know, I realize that first off, my name's Christine. I'm kind of bad about remembering to introduce myself. I'm CMD586. That's Cat Mother Dog 586 on Instagram. So follow me there. It's almost all cross stitch that I post over there. I also realized that I don't believe I've ever once given a date on any of my videos, which I probably should, because I realize as I'm watching FlossTube videos, sometimes I like to hear the date. Especially as like autoplay is going, and I don't know if I'm watching something old or new or what. So today is November 27th, 2017. You can probably hear from my voice that I'm a little bit sick. This winter, or fall, or whatever this is still, I keep catching colds, and but I really felt I needed to do a video today, so here I am regardless, and it is getting one take, no matter what happens. I'm not doing this again, because I'll be lucky if I don't sneeze all over you guys. I will be drinking today. I have coffee and I have water. Look, it's a Pooh mug. I've had this mug for probably 20 years. And it's still in one piece, which is an accomplishment, I feel. Okay, so let's get started. So shout outs, other than A Stitch Too Far and Dragon Stitcher. I wanted to shout out a few people today. Schoolhouse Stitcher has a video out, and I mean, she's got several videos out, but her latest video, she shows a great haul, which I love, and she also gets on a little bit of a soapbox at the beginning of her video, which I agreed with every word of, and you know, when I saw her latest video, I was like, "Ooh, she's got 10 thumbs down on this video." I was like, "Who doesn't like the Schoolhouse Stitcher?" And then you know, but she got on a bit of a soapbox, and you know, also she showed a lot of haul, which apparently is a problem. So, but you know, she's a lovely person, and don't be afraid of her soapbox, because it was fine, but. You know, apparently some people can't handle it. So she got a bunch of thumbs down, but that's okay. She's great, and go watch her if you, by some miracle, you're not already aware of her, and watching her. She's awesome. So go watch her. Honestly, who doesn't love haul? I mean, really, even if you can't afford or simply don't want to buy a bunch of stuff, haul is one of the best ways where we find out about what's new out there, the things we may not be aware of. So, you know, if nothing else, then it's just an opportunity to see what's available out there. So, you know, even if you don't want to, even if, you know, spending a lot of money kind of offends you somehow, and you're not planning to do it, even if you spend very little, you know, that one thing you might want to buy this month may be in that person's haul. So maybe you want to watch it anyway. Anyway, whatever. Who else? Oh, Nina Needleworker. Oh boy, have I missed Nina Needleworker. I love Nina Needleworker. But apparently, I didn't know why she went away. I noticed she went away, and I missed her. But apparently, she got some like nasty feedback about her videos, and she's a sensitive soul, as many of us are, and it discouraged her from doing videos for a while, and so she went away for a while because people were telling her they didn't, you know, she got wind of the fact that some people didn't appreciate her style of doing videos, and you know, those people just suck. I mean, you know, FlossTubers, we don't owe you, no FlossTuber owes anybody anything. We make these videos for free, and you know, we make them out of love and to share our passion, and you know, we're all different people, and we don't all need to be the same, and some of us ramble, and some of us get right to the point, and some of us show haul, and some of us don't, and some of us cuss, and some of us don't, and some of us show our cleavage, and some of us don't, and you know, whoever you are, that's fine. And if you don't really, if somebody's not your cup of tea, just don't watch them. There's no call to hurt people's feelings on purpose, make them feel bad about who they are or what they're sharing with you. Just don't watch them. You can thumb them down if you want, but you know, there's no reason to, you know, you have the right to say whatever you want, but it'd be nice if you were just nice. So, okay. So go watch Nina Needleworker, because she is a lovely person and I really missed her. So, and I'm really glad she's back, and I hope she doesn't change one bit. In sad news, but you know, understandable. Sherry Burkett has decided to stop making FlossTube videos. So if you haven't seen her latest video, she's not made any kind of guarantee that she's going to leave anything up. She did delete most of her videos. She has left up, when I checked this morning, she still had left up like her latest several. You can, importantly, as far as I'm concerned, you can see from her, it looks like you can see from her whip parade on, her huge whip parade, her two-part, like 4 or 5 hour whip parade, which is awesome. And if you haven't seen it, go watch it, because we all need ideas, right? And there's a ton of them in there. Her whip parade is huge. And so if you haven't watched it, go watch it, because it's possible that she might take that video down. I know she's still watching FlossTube. She's still on Instagram, and I'm not at all criticizing her for taking down her videos or leaving YouTube. It's just that I will miss her a whole lot. So, but you know, she's made a lot of videos. She's made a huge contribution, and she feels it's time to move on, and that's what she's doing. And I'll continue to follow her on Instagram and miss her on FlossTube. And finally, Trisha Rothoff, I think that's how you pronounce her name, of 3 Owl Threads. She, everybody watches her videos, right? She does great videos. But she has started a business, and she has an Etsy shop, but she has a Facebook group, a closed Facebook group that you can join, called 3 Owl Threads Presale. So, and I know she's going to do some, like, I forget what she's calling it, stash building, like thread of the month type clubs for a couple of subscriptions for a few different, and there's a few different options that she's going to do. And And it looks like a decent deal. And of course, we all want to try to support each other. So if you're at all interested in that, go there. Importantly, she's also become just now an official U.S. distributor for Soda Stitch designs, which I've in the past always ordered my Soda Stitch patterns. I only have a couple of them, but I've ordered them from the official seller on eBay. I know Soda Stitch has had a lot of issues with people making siren out there. I live in kind of a small town, and sirens in my neighborhood always catch my attention. Anyway, so I'm going to try to just stop listening to the siren. I don't know if you can hear it, but it's super distracting for me. Anyway, Trisha. Soda Stitch designs, I've ordered them from Korea and not had any issues, and you know, but it looks like Trisha is selling them at a decent price, and we can, you know, if you order what she has in stock right now, she just posted on Facebook what she has right now, and I mean she's selling them quickly, and then she'll have to get a new order in, I guess, but she's also offering to let you send her a list. She has to place minimum orders, so she might not be able to order right away. You might have to wait a bit, but if there's a pattern that's already sold out from her, or that she didn't get because she didn't order, you know, everything, she just ordered what, you know, she felt she could probably sell, so tell her what you want, and you may have to wait a bit, but it sounds like she's willing to sort of gather a list and then place an order. And, you know, maybe it won't take her that long to place the order if, she gets lots of, I'm sorry, I have to go see what the heck is going on. Okay, apparently, hopefully we're not interrupted again. Apparently it's not, even though it sounds really close, it's not close enough that I can actually tell what's happening. Hopefully nobody's dying and nobody's house is burning down. Anyway, try to focus. Those of you who live in big cities are probably like, why does she care about a little siren? But it's, you know, I live in a small town, and not a super small town, but a small city, and you know, sirens right in my neighborhood always catch my attention. So, anyway, where were we at? 3 All Threads pre-sale. Boy, I'm not doing a good job of shouting her out. But anyway, she's going to be an official U.S. distributor for Soda Stitch, which are great patterns. I have a couple of them myself. I love them. They're very high quality patterns and not very expensive for what you get. And there are a couple of U.S. distributors, but there's not a lot of options. So it's a really nice, you know, I'm gonna maybe put together a list one of these days. I've already got 2 Soda Stitch patterns going, but I'm contemplating sending her a list of a few patterns for her next order, and whenever she gets them, I'll buy them from her, because I'd like to support her, and I've had a good experience ordering from the official distributors in Korea, but I, you know, I'd be happy to support Trisha too. So, all right, let's get into the giveaway. I had 16 entrants. This is for, if you didn't watch my last video, it's too late to enter now. I finished up my Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer Dimensions ornaments kit, and I'm going to give away the pattern and the instructions only, and I will ship it to anywhere anywhere in the world. And I am doing it the old-fashioned way. I had 16 entrants, and I put them all in a cup. Look, they're in there. Really. And let us see who we got. Yarn Friendly. So I will put my email address down below underneath the link to to the Dragon Stitches video, which I hope you've watched. I will put my email address down there, and I'll try to comment on your comment on my last video to or you can contact me on Instagram, whatever works. Instagram me, Facebook message me if you can find me. Send me your mailing address, and I will, yarn friendly, and I will send the pattern and instructions to you anywhere. I think that was upside down. Yarn friendly. Anywhere in the world. So, so please get a hold of me, and or I'll try to get a hold of you if I don't hear from you. Okay, all right, so moving on. Haul. I did get a few things since my last video. The Pixel Parade was having a, Black Friday sale. And, I mean, it's not like her patterns are expensive anyway, but I got them for a few dollars cheaper total, because they're only a few dollars to begin with. But I bought the 3 of hers that I knew I was going to eventually want. She's the one who does those, she does the Alice in Wonderland. She does the little, here, I will insert a picture here of, okay, so, of, sorry, I'm kind of a little bit jumbly because I'm still a little bit sick, and I probably shouldn't even be doing this video, but I am anyway. So, you know, just have to bear with me. She does a lot of cute little patterns, but what I love of hers is all of her little Disney themed mini samplers, as the picture that I showed you was the Alice in Wonderland one. So now I'm going to show you a picture of the 3 I bought from her. So look here. I bought, well, it's whatever you just saw. I can picture them in my head, but I cannot make the words come out. So you saw the pictures of them. That'll have to be good enough. I'm sure it is. I also bought, which I've been intending to for months and months, and I finally just broke down and did it. I went to the Primitive Hare Etsy shop, and I purchased the 2 fairy tale patterns that I most want to do of hers, and I will show you a picture of those right here. The fairy tale patterns. Cinderella and Snow White. Look, I remembered something. And I have done Red Riding Hood, which looks like a companion piece to those. And another reason that I went ahead and purchased these right now, I mean, I know I'm gonna do them, and I'm kind of itching to start them right away, and I ordered the specialty fibers from 123 Stitch this morning even, so I can hurry up and get started, although they call for significant amounts of DMC, so, and in particular black, so I can get started meanwhile. I might do that today. Man, I'm rambling. Anyway, but one of the reasons I purchased from her is I notice every time I visit her shop, I notice that things that I thought she had on there disappear. Which, because Etsy charges for every pattern you have on there, I think she basically, if something's not selling that well, she takes it down, or maybe she rotates through or whatever. And I have heard, though, that you can contact her. If there's a pattern of hers that you are aware of that you want, that you no longer see on her shop, you can contact her and ask her for it. And she's a pretty nice lady. So I've dealt with her, you know, I've talked to her not much, just, you know, she gets you your pattern link through Etsy conversation, and she's appears to have excellent customer service and is a very nice lady. So so I wouldn't hesitate to ask her for some pattern of hers that I was aware of that I no longer see on her Etsy shop. But just to buy them before they disappeared, I went ahead and got those 2 patterns. So, and I might start one of those today. I think the Snow White, because I love the Cinderella, but the Snow White one, for whatever reason, that one really calls to me. And I'm going to do it on 36 count ale, which I have a plenty of, just like I did Red Riding Hood. So maybe I'll show you my start on that next time I do a video. I'm having kind of startitis, so I might show you a bunch of starts. I didn't start anything this last 2.5 weeks, which I'm pretty pleased with. It was you know, pretty close thing there for a little while. I've been quite tempted, but I've also been very interested in some of my current whips, so it was not too hard for me to resist. So next, I told you last time I spoke to you, I told you that I'd ordered some things off of Stash Unload, and what I ordered arrived. I ordered 5 Leisure Arts books. Probably most of you have seen these. I'm not going to do a flip through of each book because that would take a long time and I don't feel that great and I'd be talking and coughing and sneezing and stuff. I'm going to just show you some of the highlights in them, the highlights as far as I'm concerned. And if anybody really wants a walkthrough, let me know. If you want a walkthrough of one of them or a walkthrough of all of them or whatever, let me know. I could do a separate video, and that way I don't subject all of you all to watching, you know, 30 or more minutes or whatever of flipping through every page of these books. But let me just quickly flip through and show you some of what I consider the highlights. So this first one is Holidays Remembered. I think these are all from the 90s. Oh, I got these for $21 total, including shipping. The seller on Stash Unload, it was all one seller. It's $3 a book, and then I paid $6 media mail shipping, which is a great deal. If you can get media mail shipping within the United States for books, it's worth the wait because it's really cheap. Okay, so there's all sorts of holidays in this, and there's lots of things I'm not interested in. Lots of hearts and flowers, which, you know, they're okay. Sometimes I like flowers, sometimes I like hearts, but generally it's not to my interest. Some, you know, sort of cupid-y, flowery, dovey things. The first thing that catches my eye, and other people have shown these too, is the President's Day. I really do like those little mini portraits of Washington and Lincoln. I would do those for sure. And they wouldn't take very long. I don't have a lot of patriotic things, but I do like quite a few patriotic charts. Well, I'm doing Lila's Studio Let Freedom Ring, which is a huge patriotic chart. But otherwise, I haven't done much. Easter, and I really like Easter, but there aren't a lot of Easter charts I like. There's a lot of flowers, you know, chicks, you know, nothing real unique as far as I'm concerned. May Day, again, flowers and more flowers. Memorial Day, I won't do this one. This is a shame, I think. Okay, I'm going to get some thumbs down here, I'm sure. Go right ahead, I don't care. I really like this design, but there's somebody who doesn't belong in that picture. This is a Memorial Day design, and they've included a Confederate soldier. And side by side, you know what this looks like is a bunch of American soldiers marching together, side by side, like brothers, you know, companions on the same team. That's all I'm going to say about that. Thumb me down. Don't care. I like the design otherwise, but I don't see a German soldier marching side by side with the American soldier from World War II. I don't see a British soldier marching side by side with the American soldier from the Revolutionary War. Okay, moving on. Halloween. I do like this one, but I'm a sucker for most Halloween. I do like that one. Got a little thing for Snowy Owls. I like that the witch is kind of unusual looking. I like her white hair. I like her sort of orangey red outfit as opposed to the more typical black outfit. I really like that. There are there's quite a few Halloween ones. Some Thanksgiving. I do like this turkey. I like the turkey. I think that's a really nicely detailed turkey. this one. I like the look of this one. I have mixed feelings about sort of traditional Thanksgiving patterns, because I think they're a little bit misleading about our actual history. But I do really like the look of that. I like that ship in the background, and I do like that a lot. Christmas angels, lots and lots of angels. Oh, and then patterns. So that's all for that book. Once Upon a Christmas Time. What do I really like in here? There's a lot in here, so I won't show a lot. There's a lot of old-fashioned and unique-looking Santas. I do like this one. That's a very traditional-looking one. We've all seen, patterns and stuff that look like that, but I like that one. Quite a few little ornaments, plenty that I would consider doing quickie things. A couple of nice nativity scenes. I'm not a religious person. I probably wouldn't do those, but I do think it's very pretty. I like the colors, and I like the sort of muted background. Here's another. Some religious-ish heart-shaped ornaments to say things like Christ is come, glory to God, rejoice, peace on earth, etc. Some Santas, and more Santas. A lot of the Santas are very, standard looking. Sometimes when you look at a lot of Santas, it's kind of hard to decide what one to do, because they all just kind of look the same. I like this one. The kid. The sneaky kid, like waiting for Santa, and Santa looks a little creepy, but I like him anyway. I might do that one. I like that one. More ornaments, angels. This is kind of a sweet, slightly different Santa. Holding a child. Woodland Christmas. It's just a little poem. It doesn't tell anything about it. It's a little bit odd because it doesn't look like a doll. It looks like he's holding a baby. So I feel like there should be a story to that. More Santas. They do have some interesting, examples of different ways to finish ornaments and some instructions and stuff in here, which even if you don't like a particular design, you might contemplate the perusing their suggestions for finishing, because they have some good ideas. I like this Santa. He's unique. I like him. Boy, there's a lot in this book. Okay, and then that's the rest is patterns. Timeless ornaments. Timeless ornaments. Oh, these, this is like this is a kind of a cute series. It's pretty simple, but, starting on this page, it's a whole series of 'Twas the Night Before Christmas ornaments. So you could have basically the whole Night Before Christmas story hanging on your tree. I like that idea. The ornaments by themselves are nothing special, but as taken as a whole, it's kind of neat. These are kind of different. I don't know if I would do them or not, but they're different. I might, just because, they don't look like everything else on the Christmas tree. Here's some elves and mushrooms. Kind of an odd thing. I don't know. I'm not familiar with hanging mushrooms on the Christmas tree, but it's probably some tradition. Good luck toadstools, it says. And twigs. Okay, so according to medieval lore, if you leave them Perched among the branches of their woodland home, these merry elves are eager for an evening of frolicking fun. Good luck, toadstools, and twigs for the fire are gathered from the forest as the tiny woodsmen prepare to work their elfin magic. According to medieval lore, if you leave them a bowl of rice and pudding to enjoy, they'll grant you good cheer throughout the year. Well, that's cute. Instead of Christmas cookies for Santa, you, oh, and here's a close-up of them with some of the different finishing that they've done on these. And I think there's probably instructions in the back on how to do that finishing. That's sweet. I like it. And I like as a finishing idea, I don't necessarily like the patterns, but I like the making the simple little thing to hold a bundle of twigs. How cute. That's a cute idea. They also have some like perforated paper ornaments. They've got some mini stockings. I mean, there is a ton of ornaments here. Lots of angels, lots of snowmen, a whole nativity in perforated paper, which I think is kind of cool. And even though I'm not religious, I might actually do something like that. I do like the nativity story, like as a story, you know. I kind of like it. And so you could hang it on your Christmas tree, and here is another view of it, you know, making them as a stand-in thing. When I was a little kid, I did like playing with the nativity stuff, like the nativity sets and things. To me, they're, you know, for children, a lot of times they're toys, you know, and it's a nice story. Some mini stockings. Those are different. And then some Santa stockings. Mini stockings to hang on the tree. I really like these Santas with their over the top long flowy beards. I like that a lot. That's a lot of beard on Santa. There's some Noah's animals that I don't think are great, but they're okay. Santa building toys, lots of toys, lots and lots of ornaments. Oh, the snow babies. They're not my thing, but those were popular for a while. Somebody might really like those. And then well, I'm showing you so much of that one that, you know, maybe you don't need to flip through. Sorry, I try to be faster. Okay, so this one is called Santa Remembered. Oh, I almost said I like this Santa. I like the text. He looks a little glary and creepy to me. He's like horror movie Santa. I do like this guy. I like the Santas in different outfits. You know. I like, you know, the American traditional, I mean, I assume it's American traditional red and white and black outfit, but it's neat to see Santa, you know, wearing different colors and things like that. I wish we had more Santas at different skin tones. That's what I would really like to see. And a lot of these Santas in here are like inspired by apparently old paintings or cards or, oh, this is different. Patron saint of children, Saint Nicholas. I don't know what I was saying. Oh yeah, these are from like a lot of these Santas looks like they're inspired by like the old vintage postcards and Christmas cards and things like that. I like this one. So you can see the postcard that inspired it. I like his like wickery looking baskets. You know, there's a lot, they're all nice, but it's, you know, how do you choose? I do like the rainy, the Santa with the umbrella. I like that. That's cute. Bright blue umbrella. Okay. And the last one is Christmas portraits. So the first one in here is interesting. They're calling it Ebony Vision. It's a black Santa. And the only thing I like about this pattern is that it's a black Santa. I like that, you know, it was the 90s and they put it as the first Santa in the thing. I wish there were a lot more black Santas, but the only thing I like about this is that it's a black Santa. So I wouldn't stitch this one. I don't like anything else about it. I kind of like his stark white outfit, but okay, you know. The green, I know it's supposed to be gloved, but the green hand just looks like a monster to me. And I kind of wish that the doll, I assume that's a doll and not a real person. It's actually kind of hard to tell. Another thing I don't like about it. The doll, I kind of wish that it wasn't a blonde, white, blue-eyed doll. If they didn't want to make the obvious choice of having the doll not be blonde-haired and blue-eyed and white, I think they could have used any other toy, like a teddy bear or something. I just don't like it. Special delivery. I do like this one. I was staring at it trying to figure out what exactly that is. I guess those are letters. They look like playing cards, but I don't think that's what they are. This one reminds me of Bendy Stitchy. Because look, Santa's got fleas on his hat. She did that silly Santa with the black speckles that look like bugs on his hat. And here's one that where probably that was the idea, was that that they would look like, you know, I don't know what that's supposed to be, but it's weird to me. But it looks nice in that picture. In hers, they look like fleas. Some little mini Santa portrait faces to hang on your, well, oh, pretty nice. They have a nice nativity. They have little projects, big projects, all very old-fashioned. I do like this Santa with the reindeer. I like that. Again, you know, some good finishing ideas in here, I think. I like this one because the Santa in the background, although it is slightly creepy, the Santa in the background is very much in the background. I think he's in half stitches or fewer strands. It looks like half stitches to me, while the child is in full stitches. I like that. Angels, more Santas. Santa flying off into the night with only 2 reindeer. Strikes me as incomplete, but that's okay. A little different. So this is a Christmas book, but we have a distinctly non-Christmassy angel. I guess just because it's an angel, it's I guess that automatically qualifies for Christmas. Another nativity scene, more angels, more snow babies. I don't know if these are the same snow babies as you see in the other other book or not. I like that I've done this pillow finishing technique. Well, maybe not exactly what they've done, but I've done a real simple pillow finishing technique where basically you cross stitch the fabric together and fringe it, and it's super easy. For those of us who don't like to sew, it's really easy, and I like it. And that's it. That's all I'm going to show you. Okay, that took longer than I thought it would. Okay, now let me show you my whips. I made a lot of progress on 4 projects. I worked on 5 projects this time. Right after I did my last video with you, I worked a little bit more on the Riolis kit, the Old Street. I'm not going to bother to show it to you because I'll show it to you when I see noticeable progress that looks worth showing. But that kit, it's beautiful, but all those creams and beiges on the on the oatmeal fabric just aren't worth showing. They don't, you won't see progress, so I won't show you. Le Ménage Dallas though, oh man, I worked a lot on this, and I made huge progress on this. I just kept going and going and going, and I finally did get burnt out, and I am still finding threads that I'm missing. Like, I don't know, I feel like there's some critter that's like stealing my thread for this project, because I have now found like 5 separate threads that I could have sworn I had in the project bag that are just gone, and I just keep having to buy them. And it's fine, it's just super unusual and annoying, and I don't know what happened. Maybe I did something dumb, like when I was gathering them, maybe I didn't have them all separated appropriately, and maybe I put a pile back in somewhere there where it didn't belong, and I don't know. It's frustrating, but whatever. You know, thread's cheap. Sort of. So, let me show you a picture of where I was before on Le Ménage Dallas. And you can see I made big progress. And I am so in love with this thing. I'm just so in love with this thing. Love it, love it. I am very close to sort of getting to like the real meat of this, but I have decided to kind of like really finish as much as I can of like some of the boring stuff, and I'm about to get there. I'm totally finishing this spinner thing in here. Not going to put the beads in, but I'll put all the backstitching that I can in, that's appropriate to put in before I move on to the characters. Alice is going to start down here. You can see the outline of Alice down there in the center. She's going to be down there, and she's going to be fun to work on. And then the Queen is going to be over here, and you can't see anything of the an outline or anything, but the Cheshire, I believe it's a Cheshire Cat, is over there. Oh, I should show you a picture of what it's going to look like finished in case you didn't see my last video. So yeah, we got, so you can see I've gotten quite a good chunk done. There's a lot of backstitching, there's a lot of fine details, there's a little bit of beading. I also haven't bought the silk thread that's going to go in some of these areas, and there's a lot more details than you think when you look at the chart, because when you get in and read the instructions, there's whole backstitch lines and stuff that they leave out off of the chart because they felt like it would cover up too much stuff, which I appreciate. But then you got to read the translated instructions, and they're a little bit confusing. But you know, whatever I do, I do. If I don't get it exactly like they say, so be it. I'm super happy with how it's turning out, though. It's incredible. Oh, I'm doing that on 36 count Ale by Picture This Plus. 2 threads, 2/2. Next, I worked on my Death by Cross Stitch. I got out my Death by Cross Stitch. Here's where I was before. And I finished page 4, which I'm super happy about. That puts me officially at 25% of the way through Death by Cross Stitch. I now feel like I might outlive it. Oh. 36 count, 2/2. I do 36 count, 2/2. I know a lot of people do it 1/2, but I really love 36 count, 2/2. And I'm doing this on Platinum by just as Zweigart, not a hand dyed. And my threads are, I'm using 20-yard skeins, which are a good price. 20-yard skeins of 2 Threadworks flosses. The darker, which I'm going for basically the borders, but it's kind of arbitrary. The darker thread is Mediterranean by Threadworks, and the lighter thread, and of course you can see that they're both variegated. Darker variegated and lighter variegated, is Blue Swirl, and could not be happier. The great thing about this project is seeing all the different ways that people are doing it. Some people are doing it in many, many different colors. Some people are just doing it straight up black. People are using different fabrics. It really lends itself well to doing whatever the hell you feel like doing with it. And I love seeing all of that, that creativity. But honestly, I could not be happier. I've admired many other people's, but mine's my favorite, which it should be, right? Yours should be your favorite too. So there's that. I worked on my donut stitch. I didn't work very much on it. I was going great guns on it. Here's a picture of what it looked like before. I was doing really well, and then I made a mistake. And I'd worked on it a couple of days, and I didn't quite finish the 5th page still, but I think you can see a difference. But I made a mistake, and I did frog the mistake, but if I don't frog a mistake right away, I'll either forget what I did. There's no needle in it this time. I'll either forget what I did, or or I will just be reluctant to come back to it, knowing that the first thing I have to do when I come back to it is frog it. So when I make a mistake, if at all possible, if I can bring myself to at all... Oh, my lighting just did something funny. Okay, let's try that. See if that makes a difference. Wow. I don't know what's going on here. But you can see in any case. Huh. Something's happening here. But whatever. It looks very washed out and faded, and I don't know why. But that's okay. I'm not going to worry about it. You get the idea. I'm a little bit bewildered, but that's okay. Whatever. I don't care. Sorry. Really having trouble focusing today. That's what happens when you get a cold though, right? So I made an error right in here, and only about 50 stitches, but it's really a pain to take out stitches on over 1. And I had no choice. I had to. It was a big error. I looked at the chart wrong, and I stitched a whole section that was supposed to go somewhere else. So, anyway, I did take out the stitching, but then I just didn't feel like doing anymore. Once I took out the error, I was like, nope, it's time to quit on that. So, last, I made big progress on Gracious Era. So, that's my Dimensions Gold kit. It's a picture of the finished project. I will show you a picture now of what it looked like when last you saw it. Something screwy is going on with my lighting. It's alright. Husband will figure it out for next time. So that's what it looked like last time you saw it. And here is what it looks like now. I've made huge progress on this. I am loving this. I have officially gotten the hang of doing half stitches. This can't think. Most of the stitching you see on this is half stitching. I'm doing this on my own fabric, 36 count Ariel, by Picture This Plus. And so like most of the background is going to be half stitches. A lot of it's in 3 strands, some's in 2 strands, and there's some in 4 strands that you see here. And then you can see the start of this woman. You can see more than that there, but the woman there, she is in whole stitches, and she's going to stand out beautifully. She already does. Just the black of her stands out beautifully. And there are bits of the building that are also in whole stitches. Like a lot of the black is in half stitches, but then some of the black is in whole stitches, and the difference is really great. The effect of the combining half stitches and whole stitches is really, really fabulous. The snow is all whole stitches, which makes it look like it's sitting on the building. It's this is, I'm really loving this. And I made huge progress on it. And I'm not sick of it. But I've got some other things calling to me, so I will probably set it aside for a little while. And then I'll just be, since I haven't burned myself out on it, I'll just be that much more eager to come back to it. So that's everything. I'm sorry this has been a little bit, nope, not apologizing. It has been a little bit of a rambly video. You know, you got me a little under the weather this time, and that's okay. So, if you didn't watch it at the beginning, pause and watch it at the beginning. If you have the time and inclination, please go click on that link and watch Dragon Stitch's video and help her out if you can. I should be back in 2 weeks. I don't have any reason not to be, as far as I can tell. So everybody, I hope you all had a happy Thanksgiving, those of you who celebrate Thanksgiving. And I will see you guys in a couple of weeks. When I see you next, my Christmas tree might or might not be up. One of these days, I'm going to try to show you some of the ornaments on my tree. I might just post pictures of them on Instagram. That might be the easiest, rather than trying to do a video. But I'm going to try to do that in one way, shape, or form. And Yarn Friendly, please try to contact me regarding the giveaway, so I can mail the pattern and instructions out to you right away. Thank you all very much, and thank you for watching my floss tube number 9, and I will see you in a couple of weeks. Bye-bye.